Bungie has surprised all of us this week with one of the best bits of content they have ever given us. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to get the exotic scout rifle Dead Man's Tale, and I'll also be reviewing it briefly in PVE and PVP. If you are here for the review, just skip to 6 minutes. If you want to go in to this mission blind, this is your warning, so skip this section as it will spoil everything for you. As a matter of fact, I encourage you to skip the walkthrough altogether, trust me. So, late Tuesday night, I saw reports on Twitter of a new mission going live, and immediately Twitter banned myself until I experienced it. Like a lunatic, I went in solo, which made it even more scarier. Start off by firing up the Arms Dealer Nightfall Strike. It is specific to this Nightfall, so go get it quick. Instead of going the usual way, head through the doorway to the right where you would normally face the champions. Clear the turrets and face off against the Pharynx boss. Clear your way through the remaining Scorpion turrets and reach to the end of the landing pad. You will notice a data pad on your HUD. Pick it up. You will need to follow the quest instructions, and then you will need to head to the Tangled Shore exotic quest node. This is where the fun begins. You will find yourself on a derelict ship. Anyone watching here played Dead Space? Yep, that's the vibe I got whilst playing at midnight with my headset on. When you spawn in, there is a door. Jump to your left instead. You'll need to clear a small jumping puzzle. Can I just point out how beautiful the skybox is in this mission? Bungie have some ridiculously talented people in their studio. Hats off to them. Anyhow, you will eventually get to an entrance to the ship. Make your way in. This is where it gets creepy. I'll let you experience that for yourself, no spoilers here. There are lots of breakable doors in this mission. Bear that in mind, as you may struggle to find the way forward, such as I did. Keep walking through until you reach an area with a spore-like plant. There are areas that you need to pass through that require you to have a buff given to you by these spores. Just shoot them until they pop. You will eventually reach a new area with electrical doors. I'll let you figure this one out for yourselves. It's a fun little puzzle that requires you to pull some levers and shoot some circuits. Once you have completed the puzzle, you will need to drop down to a door as on screen. Go through it to arrive to Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, where Luke and Leia and Han died to the crushing doors. Just kidding. Pretty sure Bungie took inspiration for this part here. You will need to shoot circuits in the floor to stop the doors from crushing you. There should be 3 or 4. Once the doors stop closing, go through a hole in the floor. Follow the path to encounter the boss of the mission for the first time. It looks awfully familiar to the Hangman from Forsaken. Clear the Scorn and keep pushing through. After this, you'll need to face off against 2 boss abominations. They are very tanky, so take your time. I struggled quite a bit here, but using Lemon Arc for snipers, 7 Seraph revolver with Warmind cells, and a rocket launcher worked for me. There are a lot of Ravagers too in this encounter, and bear in mind if you get too close to the middle platform, Screebs will spawn also. If you kill one of the abominations, this will trigger another wave of adds. Once you have killed both, head outside and jump on a platform. You will find a hangar with a ship. You will need to head to the door in the top left hand corner. The next area gives off even more Dead Space vibes. Seriously, if you haven't played that game, even though it's old, please just go and play it. You will need to figure out another puzzle with levers, spores and circuits. You will eventually reach an area with breakable doors, flashing lights in the dark, and a few surprises around corners. Nightmare stuff. Clear the final puzzle after this area and you have reached the showdown with the Hangman, the locus of communion. After doing some DPS, he will drop down to the bottom level and spawn adds up top. You will need to activate the coolants. There are 3 levers you need to pull. Do the one in the middle last, as it will burn and kill you if you don't. Time to jump down. Manage his health whilst doing DPS, as if you take it down too quick, he will turn the room on fire. You will need to jump back up to the top. If you don't, well, you die. You will need to jump back up and down a couple of times. Bear in mind, Arc Chieftains and Ravagers will be down there with you. I used Anarchy for the boss and Deafening Whisper for the adds. Finish off the boss and make your way to the bridge. Once you get to the bridge, Here you will find the newly crowned King of Scout Rifles, Dead Man's Tale. Hats off to Bungie for this mission. It was easily some of the best content they have ever put out. So, what makes this gun tick? Its exotic perk is very simple. Cranial Spike. Precision hits increase precision damage. You might think it sounds boring, but it's very strong in PvP and very useful in PvE also. The guns drop with random rolls like Hawkmoon, giving us options for both PvE and PvP. I'll pick out what is, in my opinion, the best perks. Mine rolled with Outlaw, an all-round good perk. This gun sounds amazing. It feels like a cowboy gun in all honesty. Very consistent and has the potential to two-tap PvP players. You'll be able to run the Presage mission once per week per character, giving you the chance to obtain it 3 times per week. Anyhow, time for some numbers testing. As you can see on screen, these are the numbers that the gun can pull off. For each stack of Cranial Spike gained, the damage increases roughly by 8%. The buff of Cranial Spike lasts for 4 seconds and refreshes every time you land a headshot, making it a good primary DPS option. It stacks out at 5 times and does a percentage increase of 39% above the base value once you hit times 5. If you've made it this far, consider subscribing to my channel. The content this season so far has been excellent and I'm enjoying covering it for you. Your viewership is enough, so thank you. Let's talk PvP. The gun has a great feel to it, consistent, does 84 to the head without the exotic perk, meaning you can take down guardians with 2 headshots in the body, making it very forgiving. And once you hit stack 4 of Cranial Spike, you can easily 2-tap players, making it extremely satisfying to get killed with. With 5 stacks, it does nearly 100 to the head. I'm curious for trials as I feel this gun might be able to compete, and it's an excellent counter for snipers. It's best used at medium to long range. For close up, I wasn't sure at first, but then I swapped to a Glacier Chasm and felt this is the best pairing with it. Okay, it's time for the rolls. This is just my opinion, others may have other choices, so bear this in mind. It is a scout rifle at the end of the day, so we want some stability. In column 1, my option would be Chambered Compensator. It bumps up stability by 10 points, dropping your handling by 5, but worth it I feel. In column 2, there's 2 options that stand out. Ricochet rounds that give you 10 stability and 5 range, an excellent perk. Alternatively, Get Steady rounds. This bumps up stability by 15, however it does drop your range by 5. Jumping straight to column 4, Hand-Laid Stock. This gives you an increase to stability of plus 10. Column 3 is going to determine, however, if you are using the gun for PvE or PvP. For PvP, I would say look out for Outlaw. Precision kills increase reload speed. This comes in handy as the gun loads 2 rounds at a time, making it easier to keep your Cranial Spike buff. For PvE, I would use Vorpal Weapon. 4 times the charm is also a good perk, but here I have one eye on Grandmaster Nightfall content, and I feel this scout, paired with Vorpal, and knowing that scout rifles this season can stun barrier champions, will be a very viable option for that type of content. Grinding Legend Nightfalls this week for a Palindrome drop, I noticed having 5 stacks of Cranial Spike was one-shotting barrier shields, and that's without using Vorpal Weapon. There is also a seasonal mod that probably can be paired with this gun, Sundering Glare. Landing rapid precision hits weakens targets. I've not tried this yet, but it sounds promising. I might make a video on that in the near future. Moving back to PvP for a second. Fun facts. If you use damage amplifiers, such as high energy fire mods or the Stasis Wisp of Hedron's Fragment, you can 2-tap Guardians. It is hilarious and so much fun. Overall, the gun feels absolutely amazing no matter what content you're playing, whether that's PvP or PvE. It sounds like a true space cowboy gun. It also has good hipfire accuracy. The catalyst, which exists and has something to do with hip firing, which we don't have access to yet, we will just have to see how good it becomes with it. Let me know in the comments if you know what it does. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this gun. Let me know in the comments what rolls you have got and how you rate it. Personally, I've been using it in Gambit as well and having a blast as an invader. A quick note for PvP builds. Use double scout targeting, scout reloader and unflinching scout. It makes a big difference, making the gun even more reliable than it is already. Anyhow, that's it for this one. Leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. Click on these links to see my more recent videos. I'm about to move house, so content might be a little bit slow for a short period, but I'll be back with a bang. In the meantime, have a good day, Guardians.